Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to IT Tech Packaging's fourth quarter and fiscal year 2018 earnings conference call. At this time, I would like to inform you that this conference is being recorded and that all participants are in a listen-only mode. Joining us today are Mr. Zhenyu Liu, IT Tech Packaging's Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Ms. Jing Hao, the company's Chief Financial Officer. Remarks from both Mr. Liu and Ms. Hao will be delivered in English by interpreters. IT Tech Packaging announced its fourth quarter and fiscal year 2018 financial results via press release yesterday, which can be found on the company's website at www.itpackaging.cn. First, Mr. Liu will brief you on the company's key operational highlights over the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2018, and then Ms. Hao will review the company's financial results. Before we start, I would like to draw your attention to our safe harbor statement. Management's prepared remarks contain forward-looking statements within the meaning of the safe harbor provisions of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. All statements other than statements of historical fact in its announcement are forward-looking statements, including but not limited to anticipated revenues for the corrugating medium paper, tissue paper, and offset printing paper business segments, the actions and initiatives of current and potential competitors, the company's ability to introduce new products, the company's ability to implement capacity expansion, market acceptance of new products, general economic business conditions, the ability to attract or retain qualified senior management personnel and research and development staff, and other risks detailed in the company's filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission. These forward-looking statements involve known and unknown risks, the uncertainties, and are based on current expectations, assumptions, estimates, and projections about the company and the industry. The company undertakes no obligation to update forward-looking statements to reflect subsequent or current events or circumstances or to changes in its expectation except as may be required by law. Although the company believes that the expectations expressed in these forward-looking statements are reasonable, it cannot assure you that these expectations will turn out to be correct, and investors are cautioned that actual results may differ materially from the anticipated results. There is a presentation document featuring management's prepared remarks, and it is now available for download from the company's website at www.itpackaging.cn. Please note that there will be discussions on non-GAAP financial measure, or EBITDA, or earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Please refer to our press release for a complete reconciliation of EBITDA to net income. As a kind reminder, all numbers in our presentation are quoted in U.S. dollars, and all comparisons refer to year-over-year comparisons unless otherwise stated. I would now like to turn the call over to Mr. Liu. His comments will be delivered in English by Melody Shi from Evergreen Investor Relations. Ms. Shi, please go ahead.
Thank you, operator, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining our fourth quarter and fiscal year 2019 earnings conference call. During the year 2019, we continued solid growth in revenues and profitability as we shook off the effects from the production suspensions resulted by temporary regulation to air pollution control and equipment upgrades in 2018. We grew our top line by 35.6% to $117.6 million. This was attributable from 59.5% growth of overall sales volume of all products, with 135.1% and 121.1% growth in overall gross profit and net income, respectively. Our margins and profitability substantially improved in fiscal year 2019, thanks to contributed increase in sales volume for all products combined with decreases in operating expenses. Our tissue paper recorded total sales of $6.4 million following completion of trial operation of PM8 and PM9 production lines in November 2018 and the fourth quarter of 2019, respectively. We also delivered 297.8% growth in offset printing paper, recognizing $20.4 million of sales in 2019. Despite of a short delay of production resulted from prevention of coronavirus in early 2020, the stabilization of orders of paper and packaging in recent months give us reasons to be optimistic to a stable growth in 2020. As a leading paper market enterprise situated in Hebei province, which surrounds Beijing, Tianjin, the largest metropolitan area in North China, we have a large market for our products and easy access to lower costs of raw materials and logistics. Thus, we will continue to take such advantages to improve our capabilities to deliver sustainable growth and create long-term value to our shareholders in 2020. Now, I will turn the call over to our CFO, Ms. Jing Hao, who will review and comment on the fourth quarter financial results. Her comments will be delivered in English by my colleague, Janice Wang. Janice, please go ahead.
Thanks, Melody, and thanks everyone for being on the call. Next, on behalf of the management team, I will summarize some key financial results for the fourth quarter of 2019. Also, I will occasionally refer to specific production lines associated with various products. I will make clear which products I'm referring to. For reference, the number system for our production lines provided on slide number 22. Now let's look at our financial performance for the fourth quarter of 2019. Please turn to slide number 7. For the fourth quarter of 2019, total revenue increased 34.5% to $33.6 million due to contribution of sales of offset printing paper and tissue paper products, and due to increase in sales volume of CMP, partially offset by the decrease in ASP of CMP products. Total sales volume of CMP, offset printing paper, and tissue paper products increased by 36.1% to 72,654 tons. Turning to slide 8. For the fourth quarter of 2019, the CMP segment, including both regular CMP and lightweight CMP, generated a revenue of $24.7 million, representing 73.5% of total revenue. $19.6 million of revenue was from our regular CMP products, and $5.1 million was from lightweight CMP. CMP segment volume increased by 11.7% to 59,646 tons, of which 47,063 tons were regular CMP and 12,582 tons were lightweight CMP. Average selling price or ASP for regular CMP decreased by 11.7% to $417 per ton, and ASP for lightweight CMP decreased 12% to $404 per ton. Turning to slide 9. For the fourth quarter of 2019, our offset printing paper segment generated revenue of $7.2 million, representing 21.3% of total revenue. We sold 10,415 tons of offset printing paper and an ASP of $685 per ton in the fourth quarter of 2019. Turning to slide 10, we recognize the revenue of $1.8 million from tissue paper products for the fourth quarter of 2019. resulting from sales of 2,558 tons and an ASP of 684 per ton. We expect to generate continuous sales of tissue paper this year. Slide number 11 summarizes the changes in our revenue mix. For the fourth quarter of 2019, total cost of sales increased by 5.3 million to 28 million, leading to total gross profit of 5.6 million, significantly increased from gross profit of 2.2 million for the same period last year, and overall gross margin of 16.7%, reaching a highest level since the fourth quarter of 2017. For the fourth quarter of 2019, SG&A expenses decreased by 30.9% to 2.3 million, and income from operations were 3.2 million, compared to loss from operations of 5.1 million for the same period last year. Operating margin was 9.5%, compared to operating loss margin of 20.3% for the same period last year. For the fourth quarter of 2019, net income was 2.2 million, resulting in 10 cents per basic and diluted share. This compared to a net loss of 5.2 million, or 24 cents loss per basic and diluted share for the same period of last year. For the fourth quarter of 2019, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization increased by 8.7 million to 7 million from negative 1.7 million for the same period of last year. Now shift gear to year-to-date financial results. For the fiscal year 2019, total revenue increased 35.6% to 117.6 million as a result of increases in sales volume across all products categories. This was partially offset by decreases in ASPs of CMP and offset printing paper. For fiscal year 2019, the CMP segment, including both regular and lightweight CMP, generated a revenue of 90.8 million, representing 77.2% of total revenue. 17.1 million in revenue was from our regular CMP products, and 80.8 million was from lightweight CMP. Volume for the CMP segment increased by 42.1% to 240,147 tons, of which 168,837 tons were regular CMP, and 45,310 tons were lightweight CMP. ASP for regular CMP decreased by 21.7% to 427 per ton, while ASP for lightweight CMP decreased by 22% to 414 per ton. For the fiscal year 2019, our offset printing paper segment generated a revenue of 20.4 million, representing 17.4% of total revenue. We shipped 29,207 tons of offset printing paper for the fiscal year 2019, an increase of 371.8% from the same period last year. ASP for offset printing paper decreased by 15.7% to 700 per ton. For the fiscal year 2019, we recognized the revenue of 6.4 million from tissue paper products, resulting from sales of 6,719 tons and an ASP of 935 per ton. For fiscal year 2019, total cost of sales increased by 23 million to 104 million, leading to total gross profit of 13.6 million and an increase of 135.1% from last year. Overall gross margin of 11.6% reflects an increase of 4.9 percentage points from last year. For the fiscal year 2019, SG&A expenses were 9.8 million compared to 13.1 million for the same period last year. As a percentage of total revenue, SG&A expenses was 8.3% for the year ended December 31st, 2019. For the fiscal year 2019, income from operations was 3.9 million and operating margin was 3.3% compared to operating loss of 11.2 million and operating loss margin of 12.9% for the same period of last year. For the fiscal year 2019, net income was 2.2 million or 10 cents per basic and diluted share compared to net loss of 10.5 million or net loss of 49 per basic and diluted share for the same period of last year. For the fiscal year 2019, EBIT increased from 3.4 million to 19.5 million for the same period of last year. Moving to slides 17, 24, and 25, let's look at the balance sheet and liquidity. As of December 31st, 2019, the company had cash and bank balances, short-term debt, including short-term bank loans, current portion of long-term loans from credit union and related party loans, and long-term debt, including loans from credit union and loans from a related party of 5.8 million, 8.3 million, and 7.4 million respectively, compared to 8.5 million, 14.7 million, and 6.9 million respectively at the end of 2018. Net accounts receivable was 3.1 million as of December 31st, 2019, compared to 2.9 million as of December 31st, 2018. Net inventory was 1.6 million as of December 31st, 2019, compared to 2.9 million at the end of 2018. As of December 31st, 2019, the company had current assets of 24 million and current liabilities of 16.8 million, resulting in a working capital of 7.2 million. This compared to current assets of 24.2 million, current liabilities of 29.6 million, and a working capital deficit of 5.5 million at the end of 2018. Net cash provided by operating activities was 7.5 million for the year ended December 31st, 2019, compared to net cash provided by operating activities of 9.2 million for 2018. Net cash used in investing activities was 7.9 million for the year ended December 31st, 2019, compared to 2.2 million for 2018. Net cash used in financing activities was 5.9 million for the year ended December 31st, 2019, compared to net cash used in financing activities of 3.2 million for 2018. We received several questions about our first quarter results from our investors. Now the management is answering these questions as follows. Number one, is this strong demand for toilet paper and tissue paper? Do you expect good demand for on-site paper for books? How much is a cardboard paper used in China versus export? In response to this question, the management advises you that the The demand for tissue paper is stable based on the orders we secured during this couple months. We expect a stable demand for on-site paper as electronic media and the paperless office continue their penetration to the market, and we also expect strong demand from packaging paper as rapid development of e-commerce and logistics in China. In terms of the cardboard paper used in China versus export, according to the 2019 Paper Industry Yearbook, 25.6 million tons of cardboard, including 2.1 million imported, 23.2 million tons of corrugated paper, including 1.1 million imported, and 12.12 million tons of whiteboard paper sold in Chinese market in 2018. 70,000 tons of cardboard, 30,000 tons of corrugated paper, and 1.7 million tons of whiteboard paper were exported in 2018. If you have any questions, please contact us through email at ir@itpackaging.cn. Management will respond to your questions through emails as soon as possible. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you for attending IT Tech Packaging's fourth quarter 2019 and fiscal year 2019 earnings conference call. This concludes our call today, and we thank you all for listening in. Goodbye.